Okay, so welcome back to the kitchen. It's time to do some air fryer recipes again. So today I'm gonna do some sweet potato fries here from Indonesia. Pretty interesting. I have no idea how that's gonna turn out. And then we're gonna go to what I feel like I'm talking about in every single video, and that is stuff from IKEA. I'm from Sweden after all, so why not? Findus, I think, is a Swedish brand too. So here we have 2 ryggfiléer av torsk. It means cod, I guess, back, I have no idea. It's supposed to be steamed. And actually it has this like parsley butter inside it. But I'm gonna have it kind of more like as a side dish to the sweet potato fries. So let's get started with those. Maybe while I'm doing that, I just want to comment on the macronutrients of the fish. So actually per 100 grams is 135 calories, 10 grams of fat, protein 12 grams I think, so not too bad. I'm not sure how heavy the weight is. I'm also gonna weigh the fish here just to see how much protein and calories we have. So 160 grams roughly for the fish. So it has some butter and parsley and stuff. So here per 100 gram, 135 kilos. Basically that fish is gonna be like 200 calories, basically nothing. 12 grams of protein. So yeah, maybe it's gonna be around 180, no, what I'm talking about. 18 grams of protein, something like that. So not much, but we have carbs in the sweet potato fries, so that's gonna compensate for that. So let's open these sweet potato fries and cut them up. So these are actually quite small, so I'm probably gonna do all of them. It's only like 4. Pretty weird shape. 497, so basically 400, so 500, so basically half a kilo. So it doesn't say on the background here how many calories there are, but basically you can just Google it. So here, sweet potato fries, 86 calories basically. So there are a lot of different websites there. I just found one on here, nutritionix.com. So basically here, according to this one, roughly 456 grams is 412 calories. We have a little bit more, or maybe this maximum 450 calories or something. 10 grams of protein, so not much, but not too much either, because it's natural basically. So as long as it's not processed food, it's all fine. So let's take the scale away now that we know that, and let's cut them up. Might be a good idea sometimes to clean them, but you know, I'm not super picky with it. Now the fridge is making noises. Let's hope that's not gonna be too loud. So let's start by cutting this up, and depending on how you cut them, the result can turn out quite differently. So it's a bit tricky. Sometimes you get them a bit dry, sometimes, you know, they get a bit sort of moist, but you can't change everything. I think one key tip that I heard about that I haven't tried is to basically not add in the salt when we do it now. So basically only put a little bit of oil and pepper and some of the spices I have here. So basically we have some sweet paprika, we have some Cajun, we get some pepper, but the salt we add on in the end so it doesn't get too dry. So let's try to do that. So these are purple. This is going to be quite interesting. Normally you get the orange one, but I'm going to try this one. Why not? I must say that they're quite hard to cut actually. Quite tricky to get through. So you could definitely cut this up kind of thinner, but actually it was quite hard. They're quite tricky to get through, so I think I'm just gonna leave it like this and hope it turns out good. So I'm gonna just put on some oil and some pepper and the chili spices in this one and toss it around, then let's put it in and we're ready to go. First a little bit of olive oil. Not too much, that's 4 grams. So I guess then later when I put it in the fryer later on and move them around, I'm gonna add another maybe 4 grams. We can add on some paprika. I like kind of spicy stuff. Let's not overdo it, but it's nice, okay. Something like that. Then we're gonna have some Cajun Creole spice. Basically I think it's kind of the same thing as some other spices too, I guess, but I like a little bit spicy, so it's nice. Then lastly, of course, we're gonna have some pepper. Now let's move this around. This is smelling really nice. Kind of like chili and little nice herbs coming out. It's gonna be a very filling meal. That's a nice part, and only 400 calories. That is really rewarding. That's a good thing with cooking your own food. Get a lot of good food for low calories and quite healthy. So this is looking nice. Okay, now basically we're gonna put it inside. So to make the cleaning process easier, I'm gonna put in some aluminum foil here so it's easier to clean this one. Okay, some something like this. Then we just put them here. It's gonna be quite full. So some people say you should actually dry the potatoes now to get sort of the moist out, but I didn't do that now. We'll see. I guess you live and then learn. So I'm gonna put this inside now. Then I think we're gonna pick the mode here, the fries mode. Not frozen fries, but the room tempered one, I guess. Let's get it started. 200 degrees. Let's see. 25 minutes. Okay, interesting. So in the meanwhile, I'm just gonna clean up a little bit here, fry the fish, but that's not gonna take 25 minutes. So maybe when it's 5 minutes left here, we'll do it a bit or something like that. Okay. So for the fish, I'm just gonna take it out here and put it in the pan. I let it to thaw a little bit, like 1-2 hours, but it's definitely still frozen. So I think I'm gonna put it on like low heat, basically, to defrost a bit, and then when the fries are getting closer, then I'm gonna increase the heat a bit. First, I'm just gonna spray a bit here. Then I'm gonna add in this. Ooh, looking nice. Okay, so we got 17 minutes left on the fries. So let's get this started. Okay, so I just wanted to de-thaw a bit because it's hard now and then. This one melt down, I will get a very nice parsley sort of butter sauce to fry it in, but I'm gonna give it some time. And you can definitely see that it's cold, all this steam coming out here. Definitely don't want it to get burned, so I'm gonna take it quite easy here. There's a lot of water coming out. Okay, so we got 12 minutes left. It's halfway. Let's see what it looks like. Looking nice. I just want to put on some olive oil here to make sure it doesn't get dry. Gonna move them around a bit too. Hope it doesn't get too oily. Probably now we have 15 grams or something, but that's what I have to do. Okay, let's put them in again. Okay, so while we're waiting for that to get done, I'm gonna add in the salad and the greens on the side first to save some time. So first we're gonna have some mixed veggies here. Quite a big mountain. 70 grams of that. So we're gonna have a bit of a tomato mix here. We have some orange and red ones. I'm just gonna cut them up in half here to make it look a bit nicer. Okay, that was fast, but it looks so much nicer now. So let's see, let's add them on here. Okay, so that was really fast, but it's so rewarding to see them look like this instead of just having the big pieces. So I'm gonna add a small chunk of cottage cheese here and put the tomatoes here, and then we're gonna add the bell peppers. So I'm gonna add a bit of this that I basically show in all my videos. It's more to get the protein content up a bit and to make it a little bit juicier. So on this side here, a bit like that, 92 grams. Okay, so we add on the tomatoes here. Now that's a lot of volume. 110 grams tomato. And we have 2 small kind of cute bell peppers, the mini ones I'm gonna add on the side here. So that is starting to look really full, but that's actually the good thing if you do a lot of salads, because actually this is almost no calories, and then you have the fish and the fries. So I like to eat a lot, but basically if you struggle with not getting full, this is like the best solution. So the air fryer just made the beeping sound saying that it's ready actually, so that went faster than I thought while I was preparing the vegetables. I'm just gonna make sure this is starting to get soft now for sure, so it's definitely the thought. Just gonna make sure it gets kind of a crispy surface a bit without getting burned. So this is supposed to be steamed, but obviously I only have one air fryer, so I can't put both this one and the fries in the same time. I think I'm actually gonna try to flip this one. It's not gonna be so pretty because it's supposed to like melt and go down here, but I'm gonna try to fry it to this instead actually. Yeah, that looks a little bit sad, but I think it's gonna be tasty. It's definitely like butter in this sauce. It's like parsley butter, so quite some fat in there assisting, but it's starting to look nice. Definitely like this bit of a crispy surface it's starting to get. And I'm just gonna save the sauce and pour it on the plate later. I just want to make sure it's like thoroughly fried through so it's not cold in the middle. Okay, let's try to flip it. Starting to look nice. And this you can just buy in IKEA. I mean, in Sweden you can buy this brand anywhere, but globally it seems to sell this. It's quite cool if you want to try some white fish that's healthy. Of course this sauce is not the healthiest, but the fish at least is good. You can just skip the sauce if you don't want this. Okay, I think it's done. I'm gonna put this on the plate and we get out the fries. Okay, you put the cod here on the side. It's a bit tricky with the space. Let's try here. Now that is starting to look nice. Now we're gonna add in the fries. Okay, let's get the fries out. Looking quite dark and crispy. It's not so much space. We're gonna pick a few. So put them here in the middle. Yeah, it's not gonna win any plate design competitions or Instagram posts, but let's put on some salt and then a bit of pepper. We basically have the final result here. Nice, let's eat it. Okay, so basically the footage got messed up here, or the audio got messed up because I did the slow motion, so I didn't catch any of the sounds here, but definitely turned out very nice. So it looks very messy here, unfortunately. I didn't catch it when it looked nice, but you can see what it looks like at least. And the fries turned out really nice. I put this sauce here, which I normally don't do, but basically white fish is really low in fat and very healthy, so you can have a lot of fat. And if you do fries natural like this, the calorie content is really low, so you can really enjoy eating a lot without being unhealthy. And then I have the cottage cheese on the side, just a little bit of this red sauce. I normally have chili sauce or low sugar versions, but just today I added in this pineapple ketchup one, but it's basically only like 30-40 calories, so you know, that's fine. Well, the rest of the meal is good. So hope you enjoyed it. If you learned something, give me a like, or if you have other comments, subscribe, and see you in the next video.